I never thought I'd be the one writing about this. For years, I laughed at the local ghost stories, the kind people whisper around campfires just to get a reaction. The Suscon Screamer was one of those. A dead bride, a cursed bridge, a scream sharp enough to shatter bone. I believed it was just folklore. Until last weekend. It was Friday night, around 11. I was restless, wired on too much coffee and leftover adrenaline. My buddy Evan had always joked about going to Suscon Road to test the legend. He bailed, of course. But by then, I was too wound up to care. I told myself I'd go alone. Just once, just to prove there was nothing to it. The drive was ordinary, but Suscon Road isn't. It's long, winding, claustrophobic. The trees close in from both sides, swallowing your headlights. The deeper you go, the quieter it becomes. No houses, no gas stations, just the dark and the river flashing silver between the branches. By the time I reached the bridge, my hands were slick on the wheel. The air felt wrong. Too still, like the forest had stopped breathing. The legend says, kill the engine, put the keys on the roof, wait. So I did. At first, nothing. 5 minutes, 10, just the sound of my own breathing. And then, the air shifted. Heavy. Dense? Like someone else was in the car with me. I froze, my eyes locked on the rear view. She was there, a woman, in a torn white gown, skin pale, dripping. Her hair clung to her face like seaweed, and her mouth wide open in a scream I couldn't hear. Her eyes locked on mine through the mirror.
Her face filled it completely, blotting out the road. Her mouth opened wider. The scream swelled until I thought I'd die. I ripped the mirror off the windshield, threw it aside. The scream stopped. The silence came back, and the road returned. I didn't stop driving until I saw lights, people, noise. The mirror is still in my car. I haven't touched it, haven't looked. But sometimes, when it's quiet, I hear it. Ticking, like teeth grinding, like a scream straining to break free again. I don't know if I'm cursed. I don't know if she followed me home. But I do know this. If you go to Suscon Road, don't look in the mirror. And for the love of God, don't put your keys on the roof.
I thought leaving the bridge would be the end of it. Ghost stories don't follow you home, right? That's the rule. You drive away, laugh it off, tell your friends about the scare. But when I got home, the air felt heavy, damp, like the walls themselves were sweating. Only it hadn't rained in days. I locked the door, double-checked, collapsed onto the couch, telling myself it was just adrenaline, headlights in the fog, my mind playing tricks. Then I saw the mirror. The rear view, I ripped off the windshield. I left it in the car, but now it was on my kitchen table, upright, angled at the couch. I threw a towel over it, out of sight. Done. Tried to sleep. That's when the knocking started. Faint at first, like pipes shifting, but louder, sharper.
knuckles on wood. It was coming from the bathroom. I crept down the hall. The knocking grew louder, not from the door, but from the mirror. The bathroom mirror shook with each knock. Something on the other side, desperate to get out. I ran, slammed the door, shoved a chair under the handle. The knocking didn't stop. It followed me, through windows, the TV screen, even my phone, black and dead on the nightstand. Then, the scream.
Not in my ears, but in my skull. Rattling teeth, blurring vision, I dropped, clutching my head, begging for it to stop. When I looked up, she was there. Not behind me, not in the mirror. Crouched on the ceiling. White gown dangling, hair matted, mouth wide open in a scream I couldn't hear. But I felt it, tearing through my mind. And then she vanished. The knocking stopped. Only the ticking remained. I thought it was a clock. But no. It was the towel-covered rear view. Tick, tick, tick. I grabbed it, shoved it into the closet, slammed the door, done. End of it. But it wasn't. That was 3 nights ago. I haven't slept since. When I close my eyes, I see her pale, screaming face. My phone dies, even went off. The bathroom mirror fogs up with words I didn't write. Let me in. Last night, I pulled back the towel. The glass didn't show me. It showed the bridge. And in the middle of it, her, waiting. I think she's trying to drag me back. The ticking grows louder, like a countdown. If you've ever been to Suscon Road, tell me, does it end? Or once you see her, are you hers forever?
It's been days since the mirror first followed me home. I haven't slept, not properly. Every time I close my eyes, I see her. Not just in the reflection of the rear view, not just in the bathroom mirror. She's everywhere. In the streetlights outside my window, in the shadows of my hallway, behind my shoulder, even when I'm sitting alone. I thought I could ignore it, pretend it was exhaustion, stress, whatever. But the mirror, the cursed rear view, it won't stay gone. I've thrown it away, shoved it in the closet, flushed pieces down the drain, and yet somehow it returns, always there, sitting in the corner, untouched. And then it hit me. The bridge, the place where this all started. Suscon Road, Suscon Bridge. It's the source, the origin. If I don't go back, if I don't do something, I'll never be free. I grabbed the mirror, a hammer, and I drove, at night, alone, into the winding, dark forest that feels more like a tunnel of trees than a road, headlights swallowed by fog, every shadow twitching at the edge of vision. I parked on the bridge. Everything was silent. The river below glimmered faintly. The air, heavy, still, like it had been waiting for me. I set the mirror on the asphalt. My hands shook, every nerve screaming at me to run. But I raised the hammer.
I brought it down. The glass cracked, splintered, shattered. But the shards didn't fall. They hung in the air, floating, reflecting not just one face, but dozens. Her face, twisted, pale, screaming silently, mouths wide, eyes hollow. Every angle, every fragment, her, everywhere. The screaming hit me, not in my ears, inside my head, pressure crushing my skull. I dropped to my knees, covering my ears, but it didn't stop. And then, silence. I woke up in my bed, my apartment. Everything seemed normal. Too normal. Too quiet. I tried to convince myself it had been a dream. Just stress, exhaustion, imagination. But then I saw it. In the corner of my room, the mirror. Whole, untouched. I approached. My reflection was there, but I wasn't alone. Behind me, she stood, pale gown, hair matted, eyes hollow, mouth open in that silent scream. And I remembered. There's no running, no escaping. Not really. If I disappear after posting this, check the bridge.